Today, I'm going to be talking about the most important lesson I have learned in life. It has helped me countless times to achieve my goals, and I have learned how to accomplish anything. It starts off with the story of me as a young child. As a kid, you are put into a few groups. You're either a soccer kid, a baseball kid, a football kid, or a basketball kid. I tried baseball, hated it. It's probably one of the slowest sports ever. It's not fun to play and even more annoying to watch. I played soccer for a while but was never good at it. I never tried football, but I found a home in basketball. Basketball was a really fun sport for me. Unlike baseball or soccer, there wasn't that many people on the basketball court, and I enjoyed playing basketball with my friends. It was fun. It was something I could understand more than soccer or baseball. Time goes by, and I'm now in high school. A freshman with mediocre skills but big dreams of making it as a basketball star. I was going to be the next LeBron James or Steph Curry. I was incredible. Or so I thought. I practiced with a good friend of mine, playing basketball every day. I would spend time alone, training in my driveway. I was set up for success. A star athlete in the making, if I do say so myself. Until one day, my brother asked me to play basketball with him. I really didn't want to play with him because he's kind of bad. But, I ended up playing anyways. I was amazing. Destroying him in the game, like the all-star I am. He did not stand a chance. So, what does anyone do when they're backed up into a corner? He started to play a little more aggressively. And first I was like, whoa, dude, back up. Hold on there, cowboy. But he wouldn't leave me alone. And, I kept destroying him because I'm just so good. I jump up to take a shot and find that I don't go up. Instead, I go down. My brother had his foot on top of mine. An illegal foot move in basketball. I go down and it feels like someone struck my funny bone as hard as they could. As if Hercules himself punched my goddamn ankle. So yeah, I broke my ankle 2 weeks before tryouts. A kid set up for success. An absolute unit of an athlete. Taken down by an illegal move in a game of street ball. But I wouldn't let this minor setback get in the way of my absolute stardom. My rise to the top. The option for making the freshman team is gone. I didn't want that anyways. I have to wait a year to grace the team with my presence. Their loss, okay? I was now a sophomore. Not a loser freshman. Not someone on the freshman team. I had a chance for varsity. I was a grown man. Ready to show the basketball world who their next biggest star was as I shoot for varsity. Now, if you don't know, high school sports are a lot different than middle school or elementary school, where it is pretty much just for fun. High school sports matter. Before the tryouts, they held these conditioning sessions where we would show up to school at like 7 p.m. and go till around 9, training in the high school gym. I wanted to make a good impression on the coach, to seem like I was a part of the team already, and not some loser deadweight that they would end up cunning. Like, come on. Me, big star over here. We did workout circuits where there was a person at each station for like a minute and then we would rotate. It was fun, but kind of an intense atmosphere. And it was very clear that I had no idea what I was doing. I thought we were here to play basketball. I came here to shoot ball into net, not lift weights. I didn't go to the gym yet. I was a skinny sophomore. Needless to say, I was able to bullshit my way through most of it until I had to use the bench press. I had never used the bench press before, but I knew enough to know they didn't put a lot of weight on it. I kind of knew what a plate was. There was only 95 pounds on it combined. The 45-pound bar and the two 25-pound plates on each side. For me today, light work. I'm throwing that shit up into the air, spinning it on one finger. I'm that guy. But then, like I said, I was a frail sophomore who spent too much time balling, schooling people on the streets, that I wasn't lifting many weights. I was like, okay, easy, got this. I went up to the bench, got set up, was ready to just show everyone that I'm the strongest guy there. Lifted the bar off the bench, went down, tried to go up, but it didn't go up. One of the 25-pound plates slipped off because muscle imbalance. My right arm went up before my left, and it hit the ground. These plates weren't your fancy rubber plates you might find at your local YMCA. These were rusty, old metal plates. So when it hit the ground, it made a pretty loud noise. Instantly, everyone was looking at me, and I felt really embarrassed. That was the first of many times through the conditioning and the tryouts that I realized even if I tried my best, it would take everything I have just to look like maybe I fit in. Whether it was running a mile in the freezing cold at 8 p.m. at night, being the last to cross the finish line, or not even being able to complete a single pull-up. I was the least fit person there, and it showed. I was a little scared, but I knew that once we actually started playing basketball, everyone would see how truly great I really am. Then came time for basketball tryout. We did some warm-up stuff, and I was training shots as usual. We were told to line up in height order, and I was like, okay, shit, I got this. I start looking around. As I'm walking down the line, I realized there were a lot of tall motherfuckers in this place. Like, really freaking tall. Soon enough, I find myself dead last. Yeah, I was the shortest one there. But I still held out hope. My skills would shine through. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes after all the embarrassing moments, I would finally have my time to shine. In the scrimmages. We start scrimmages. And I'm put on a very good team. Great. So we start playing, and I realized the game's moving pretty fast. Like, this is a fast-paced game. And I had no idea what was going on. I was used to playing people who did the game for fun. Not these tryhards. These sweats. I mean, they were dripping in sweat. They wanted this team more than I did. So I did terrible. Needless to say, I didn't make the team. All my failures were signs that I didn't even belong on the bench. I just didn't look like a basketball player, and I couldn't play the part. I knew most of these things going in, but I still tried. I never lost hope that maybe the tide would turn. Maybe I would somehow pull it all together and figure it out. I still showed up to every conditioning session, even after countless times of embarrassment, where I would go home feeling like a loser. I still showed up to the second day of tryouts after seeing I was the shortest kid there. I still tried even when it seemed hopeless. It wasn't out of love for basketball or because I had a friend there. It was something I had to do for myself. I had to see it all the way through. And what I realized was that it wasn't my fault. I didn't choose to be short. I didn't choose to break my ankle. But I also didn't choose to work more on my form. To be honest with myself about what my abilities are. I didn't choose to start working out and lifting weights in the gym. But I did choose to show up every day and try to get better. Sometimes that's not enough. The most important lesson I learned from this experience was humility and reality. Through all the fog of childhood wonder and participation trophies, I never stopped to really analyze my potential and if I actually was a good athlete. Sure, I noticed when others were better than me, but I didn't for a second think that there was anything special or different about them that I couldn't learn or do. That sort of confidence or arrogance, I don't know what you want to call it, was not realistic. I learned that a short person like me has a bigger mountain to climb if I wanted to make the high school basketball team, much less become a professional basketball player. I learned that I wasn't meeting myself where I was at, but assuming that I was special in some way, that I was better. But arguably the most important lesson I learned, that was to be successful, you have to realize when you might be in over your head. What areas you need to work on. The gap between you and others you're competing against. To realize how far you are behind, but still have the courage to step forward anyways, to show up every day even if the goal seems impossible, to meet yourself where you're at, and to form a plan to become better. You don't have to be overflowing with confidence to succeed, so long as you don't give up. Over time, you will grow and move forward, and eventually you'll reach the peak of the mountain. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. This was a bit more of like a story time video. Let me know what you think. I like this one better. Sometimes I feel like I don't have as great of stories to tell, but this one seemed pretty significant in my life, and looking back, it was a pretty important moment. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to hear any more stories out of me. I've got a couple more to share. That's it. Thank you. And remember, you're not alone.